Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. I'm back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Dave.
Steve.
Matt.
and we just finished playing Hanabi, which is a card game about building firework displays. You can see we've got different colours here. So you've got yellow, red, white, green, and there's also a blue suit, effectively. It's a card game, as you can see. But you're attempting to build them up in order. So you have to play the 1 first from each colour, and then you can see once the 1's gone down, you can put a 2 on top of it, and then the 3 and the 4, and you can go up to a maximum of 5 in each suit. And the objective of the game is to try and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 played in all of the 5 colours. It's a cooperative game, so we're all working together. And you have a hand of cards here, but the twist in this game is that you can't see your own hand of cards, but if I look around the table, I can see everybody else's hand of cards. Now, so how do you play the cards if you can't see them, you don't know what they are? Well, you can give other people clues about the cards. So if I look at Steve's hand, for example, I could tell him about all of one number or all of one colour. So I could tell him that these 2 cards are yellow, that would be fine. Or I could tell him these 2 are 2s, that would be fine as well. I couldn't just tell him this one was yellow, you have to tell him about all the ones that are of one colour or one number. But having been given a clue, then potentially he could play the card. So on your turn, you either give a clue, and you're limited by the number of clues you got, you sort of flip them over as you use them. Or if you think you know something about your hand and you think you might be able to play one of them, so in fact, look, the yellow 2 would actually go out here. So if I told him that these 2 were yellow cards, he might sort of inspirationally think he's got a difficult decision because which one does he play? But maybe he plays that one, and hooray, it works. Now, in that case, he then draws a card and we get a replacement. If he played the wrong card, though, if he played the yellow 4 instead, that would be kind of boo-boo, and we lose that card, and you lose a life, effectively. The fuse burns down, and if you lose 3 lives, you blow up and lose the game. The third thing you can do, though, is if you've got some cards and there's nothing else you really can do with it, you can just discard one of the cards, you throw it away, and that gets you one of the all-important clues back, because you're going to run out of these quite quickly if you're giving clues. So there's quite a lot more to it, but you just kind of keep going round until the cards of the deck of cards runs out, effectively, trying to get all the suits played, and avoiding, hopefully, dying, blowing up, or running out of time. As I say, once the deck runs out, you lose, potentially. All right, what do we think?
I think it's really good. One of my top 5 games. Really good to play with new players, and if you play with the same group again and again, it really rewards multiple plays. You can play it with conventions, which means that you agree on some things to do in certain situations. And that makes it really interesting in a different way to playing with people who are playing for the first time and you don't tell them any of the conventions. I think it's great.
Okay, Steve?
Some games you play and you get the whole scope of the game on your first play. This you do not. The conventions and the regularity with other groups makes it more involved. You think, oh, it's just lucky the cards just came in a bad order, but a better group with the same order of cards will just do better. They'll make fewer mistakes, they'll get things out, they'll tell Jonathan, you can give Jonathan a clue, and Matt goes, oh, this must mean this card is that, without Matt even being told about it. That's what Dave's on about the conventions. It's such an in-depth game. It is. Oh yeah. It's amazing. I like playing it 2 players as opposed to other people who like the group aspect of it. But conventions make this game kind of really deep. Like, why hasn't he told me this? Or why has he broken this convention? Does that mean this or that? And your own group can come up with your own conventions as well. So I'm not sure whether our group uses the conventions that the rest of the world uses, but we have a few things that we've added on ourselves that we weren't told at the start and we've agreed upon as a group to use. It's a really good game, and we've just played it for... We haven't just finished playing it, we've finished playing lots and lots of games of this. We've been playing for hours. It's really good.
Matt?
Yeah, I like it. I like puzzle games, and this is essentially a kind of a deduction puzzle with communication. So you say, I've been told that this is a 4, but not what colour it is. And sometimes you can look around and go, well, I can see one of the 4s there. There's a 4 been discarded over here. I can see some 4s in your hand. And you can see, I know what you can see, and you gave me the clue, and you can see these other 4s. So it can't be this, this, and this colour. So it's got to be either this or this. And both of those are playable, so I will play it. And so you build up kind of a knowledge base of what things could be based on what's out on the table and what you can see. And then, yeah, what people tell you you don't just think about, okay, so that's a 4. You think, why has he told me this is a 4? Why didn't he tell me the colour? It also told me these aren't 4s, and if he told me this was green, it'd tell me these aren't green. And you're trying to keep track of all this information and use it to play the cards at the right time. So yeah, it's a great puzzle game if you like that kind of thing.
Rating?
I would give it 8.5 out of 10.
Coming from a bridge background, I like the interaction, the hidden understanding with people you're playing with. It just suits me down to the T. There's no other board game that does this, so I'm going to rate it 9.5.
Dave?
It's my most played game. It's a 10.
Spoiler alert, this is my all-time favourite game. I absolutely love it. It's so satisfying, I think, playing with the convention, because it takes time to learn. You really need to play with the same group over and over again and build up the conventions gradually. It's not about just sort of giving everyone a big list of rules and you must follow the rules, but you sort of develop them yourselves, and this one seems to work and this one doesn't seem to work. We'll try this. Oh, we suddenly thought of this extra idea. Why don't we include that? And you're not kind of breaking the rules, but like in that situation where I was telling Steve you had a yellow 2 and a yellow 4, and I just said they're both yellow. One convention is, for example, you played the card you most recently drew, which just kind of makes sense. If you play enough times, that's generally going to be the better card to play. So after a while, you just end up agreeing on that convention, if you like. But I love that development, exploration, learning to play the game together. It's so satisfying, and you have so many of those moments where you give somebody a clue and you can see they're thinking, hang on, that's not a standard clue. What does he really mean by that? And you're thinking, come on, you can do it. Figure it out. You can work it out. And you see them looking around the table and it's like, oh, is he going to get it? Yes. And he plays the right card. It's like, oh, thank goodness. And then, of course, there's other times when it all goes horribly wrong and you make a mess of it. But I love playing it. It's extremely enjoyable. There are some expansion cards as well. You can add in like a rainbow suit that makes the game more difficult. So there's several different levels to the game, which makes it harder. I'm a huge fan of this one. This is a solid 10 out of 10 for me. All right, thanks for watching. That was
Hanabi!